Hello, it's the Moonlight Soldier. Welcome back to the final level of Metal Slug 3. And this is actually going to have to be split up into 4 different parts. This level is hands down the largest level in the entire series, actually. Anyways, this is actually my favorite part in the entire series right here. Why? Because you're in the rocket ship. I can't show you why I love it so much because I can't get that far enough for some reason while in the ship. Anyways, yeah. The turret is a machine gun. It doesn't fire as fast as you'd like it just by holding the auto fire. You have to actually spam it to get it fire as fast as you can. But as you notice, when you get a power-up, instead of just the one normal turret, or the fact that it just goes onto your character, you get 2 cannons that pop out on the sides and shoot consecutively. That means with a heavy machine gun, you have 3 turrets firing at once. It's absolutely awesome, and your bombs are double missiles. It's just absolutely awesome. There's everything about this entire section is I absolutely love it. Whoa, meteor shower. It's just so fun, so awesome. You know what? You just can't deny it. This entire section is fun. Getting to the part that we actually get to upgrade your ship. That's right, it can be upgraded. It's the difficult part, but it's so rewarding. Like I said, unfortunately, I'm not able to get it that far, which really sucks. Right here. Yeah, that just sucked. I got pushed into a corner and they just show up and shoot me. But power-ups are everywhere. Okay, okay. Shotgun is one of the rarer power-ups, right? Let's count how many shotguns I got. I already got 1. That's 2. That's 3. I just got 3 shotgun power-ups. I have over 40 shotgun rounds. Oh, there's gonna be some baddie blasting today. And yeah, as you haven't noticed, all the enemies change into aliens. You're no longer fighting the Morden soldiers. You're fighting the aliens because the aliens kidnapped Morden. And yes, the actual troops are called Morden soldiers. They're just called that. I don't know. I didn't make the game. Don't ask me. The music of this game is also this little section. Just note, I'm not exactly a huge music buff, especially in video games, but the music here is actually pretty interesting. Yeah, in the background you see the Morden soldiers getting absolutely blasted because they suck. It's funny. You're like the only person who, well, then again, you fought through Morden soldiers time and time and time again. They're like, I don't know how to describe them. They are pretty much your basic minions. They're literally the guys that just, I can't call them Goombas because they're a lot better than Goombas in the fact that they actually get weapons, they throw grenades, they pilot vehicles. I don't know what exactly. Well, I guess they would be in their own kind of category. Actually, they're Morden soldiers. They just, they're able to do everything, but at the same time, they're not exactly the best soldiers because they get killed off in like every way imaginable. Oh well. Anyways, this is the part where, yeah, as you can see, you get power-ups abound. They just keep coming, because the UFOs actually spawn those little ships which drop the power-ups, and you get tons of, look at that, I have 88 rockets, 88 of those. That's awesome. Look at me, just look at me burn through that ammo. Anyways, oh hey, this is part 2. I'm gonna note this is actually the final boss of the second game, so you're actually going through 2 second bosses now. Figure that out. Oh my goodness, this is like this game. If this was meant to be a trilogy, crud. Anyways, if this was meant to be a trilogy, this is pretty much like the best way to actually end it off. Of course, it originally wasn't meant to be a trilogy because there's more games. Of course, none of the later games actually combine the storylines like this one. Again, which actually shows that this is actually probably one of my favorite series going. Oh, actually, that's not true. The 6th game actually carries over the storyline from this game. Anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. This is also where the game's difficulty just goes out the window. And I mean it. I mean, okay, first of all, you can tell, like, you have those ships flying around, and you have the Tesla cannon constantly firing at you. I mean, constantly. The only thing is that it can't shoot up in the corners, but when you do go up in the corner, then it summons like one of those mini ships, and it constantly spawns those minions. Yes, they drop power-ups, but the minions are more irritating because they're the elites. If you only have your pistol, they are actually a lot stronger than it shows right here. Frickin' minion. In the original fight, actually the elites are insane tankers. It's not even fair how much health they can tank. Anyways, what it is, there's like a little challenge. If you manage to save the rocket ship up to here, the first group of enemies you kill, if you manage to kill off an entire set, they will drop an attachment which adds 2 extra turrets onto your gun. So you have 3 turrets, and they act similar to the actual regular turrets on the other vehicles, except for the fact that they move in the opposite direction you're moving, much like the tank at the beginning of this game. Which is, it's actually very, very helpful because later on in this segment there are enemies that actually go underneath you. Okay, these little parts will get your heart thumping, especially when you only have the pistol. You have to hit that trigger as fast as you freaking can. I mean, not even the auto fire will save you unless you know how to use grenades. And even then, you will panic, and you will be hitting that button faster than you can ever believe you actually could. These UFOs, I'm sorry, I know they're classic, but they're actually just like the robots. They're actually not the regular UFOs used. You know, these are basically like the whole superstitious UFOs. It's funny. And yet, I don't know, it just seems to work in this game's favor. And again, a lot of the stuff works in this game's favor because a lot of the stuff in this game is unique to it, like the aliens, the characters, and oh yeah, recently I said that the book that came with this game, the instruction booklet, actually explains all the backstories of it. Explains the backstories for all the characters, who they are, where they come from, and how every mission actually starts. The first one, actually, Morden is literally on the verge of world conquest, and what your mission is basically you're running around trying to recollect all the metal slugs. That is the name of the tanks, actually, Metal Slug. In order to go back to the final fight. If you cannot recollect it, you have to destroy it, which is why you destroy pretty much all the vehicles in the game. Okay, yeah, I don't think I survived this one. Nope. Yeah, that's what happens if you're not able to destroy it fast enough. You die. As you can see, I'm trying to get the heavy machine gun because the heavy machine gun is so helpful against these things. And then it just ended up spamming my grenades. Anyways. Where the hell was I? Oh, shoot, I can't remember. You may have noticed earlier, after Marco got abducted, that he automatically switched to Theo. What it is that Marco and Tarma are the original 2 characters. They are the only 2 that you can play as when you play the original game. If you're player 1, you play as Marco. Player 2 plays as Tarma. You don't have a choice in the matter. The second game introduced Theo and Eri, which took its first step away from being a Contra clone, because then, oh hey, you can actually A, choose your own characters, and B, they actually have names and backstories. Lance and Bill from Contra is just, at least as far as I know, it's just, oh hey, they're 2 soldiers, shirtless, one hit with huge machine guns, blah blah blah, you know, your stereotypical badass soldier. These guys are more human. That's what I like. Yes, it's the whole one shot and I die, but they're not running around shirtless, wearing pants with like ammo belts around their shoulders. No, they're running around with pistols, more like actual, well, not actual soldiers. Anyways, I'm gonna have to cut this here because I'm at the 10-minute mark, and I shall continue in part 5, part 2.